Muscle Up is a great exercise that allows you to quickly get over the bar. It is an iconic move in calisthenics and street workout, and it just looks awesome. A lot of beginners have a hard time learning it though, so in this video I'm gonna tell you why is that and how to get over that issue. So why can't you do a muscle up? The answer is very simple, because you're a pussy. Okay, but there is another reason that we can actually do something about. First of all, you have to acknowledge that there are two types of muscle up. There's pure strength muscle up and there's dynamic or gymnastic muscle up. The strength one is based on the premise that you can generate so much velocity from the pull-up that it shoots you upwards to a point where you can throw your elbows above the bar and push up. I would show you a really good strength muscle up myself, but I think I have a cold, so you know, I'm not gonna risk it. This kind of muscle up is quite advanced because you must have a lot of pulling strength. You have to be able to do very high pull-ups, at least to a point where the bar touches your sternum, or preferably even lower. This can be practiced by doing explosive pull-ups, but usually takes months of training to achieve. Now let's talk about the second type, which can be called dynamic or gymnastic muscle up. It's also a way to get you over the bar, although not using pure strength, but a sequence of dynamic moves which eventually get you to the same position. Generally speaking, you use your legs to create the momentum and then you transfer it onto your upper body to be able to get over the bar pretty easily. This muscle up requires significantly less strength, but you need to learn the technique, so it also takes some practice. For a more detailed breakout of the technique, check out my tutorial of that skill. With that being said, the muscle up can be shown on a graph where on the one end of horizontal axis you have the pure strength muscle up and dynamic one on the other. Everything in between is a combination of those two. The vertical axis shows the difficulty of the given variation of the muscle up. Pure strength muscle up is the hardest because, as I already said, you need a lot of strength to do it. Pure dynamic muscle up isn't the easiest either because it needs the perfect technique. However, somewhere in between those two, you have your sweet spot where getting over the bar is the easiest because it requires just a little bit of strength and just a little bit of swinging technique. These muscle ups look like this. You use all the pulling strength you have and add just a little bit of the swing to be able to clear the rep. A lot of beginners see those advanced guys on YouTube doing pure strength muscle ups and they just try to imitate what they're doing, which is pulling up high enough to be able to get over the bar, but will most certainly fail. In theory, it is possible to get there by just doing pull-ups, trying to pull yourself up higher and higher until you're able to throw your elbows above the bar, but it would just take ages. The sad thing about the muscle up is that you can't do a half rep. You either do it or you don't. If you're not successful over and over again, it's very discouraging. On the other hand, if you do succeed even with a sloppy form, it's highly motivating. So, as a beginner, you should be aiming at doing the easiest variation of the skill by learning the basics of the swinging technique to get your first successful attempt as quickly as it's possible. Then you can start improving your technique and building your strength to steadily move towards the pure strength or pure dynamic variation of the muscle up, depending on your goals. Now turn off your computer and go practice. You're not gonna learn it by watching tutorial videos over and over again.